Happy birthday, Clancy Brown. Apparently, we were recording
At
this
the time of the recording, anyway.
Or as it's better known, Christmas 2. Because he kind of looks like Father
Is
Christmas.
Santa's birthday Christmas?
And he's Clancy Brown. And I think we should have a national holiday that celebrates Clancy Brown's birthday. I don't know. And then everybody just gives each other money in honor of Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
Or do we all go after Superman?
Then out of the birthday kick pops Lex Lang. It's like, hey, I'm the guy that replaced you.
So this was
Happy birthday, Mr. Cortex.
so Embryo Superior Study was it's actually a pretty fun challenge because you start right next to the goal and your challenge is to try and clear the way by blowing up all the nitros.
Once I started hearing Snow Go, though, from Crash 2, I realized, they're probably just going to play all the early tracks from, like, all 3 games.
No, they only do 1 and 2.
They only do 1 and 2.
Well, I mean, the first level in the first flashback tape actually used, like, what was it, the sewer level theme from Crash 2?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But after that, it was almost predominantly Crash 1.
Which is weird because I don't think 3 has the strongest soundtrack, but I think it's better than 1. So that's interesting.
There was still a lot of nostalgia for me, though, like, just hearing those songs.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Crash 1 had a lot of atmospheric music, but they still had distinguishable enough beats. Because, sure, I'm dying like 50 times, just trying to get all the boxes here, because I'm always like, go for broke on all these sort of challenges. But I got the temple music playing in the background. I was like, this is not that bad.
I like this byplay between Embryo and Cortex. And if you're getting all the flashback tapes, this flashback, if you're getting all the flashback tapes as you go, this one is expertly timed to show up in the middle of Embryo's actual level. So I like that bit Embryo has in one of the levels where he talks. I think it was actually in the level we just played, where he talks about how Cortex makes him buy his own birthday card and sign them from him.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Lewis, why not just jump to the safe platform instead of doing
No, because
this?
there's boxes down here.
Yeah, but not for the first one that explodes. You could just blow it up.
Because
and
I
then jump
know
back
that
down.
it's perfectly safe to do a high jump when the countdown hits 1, and I'll be fine.
Yeah, but it's only perfectly safe if you don't mess up. What if you mess up?
It is extremely easy to not mess up.
Just gotta play better.
But what if you mess up?
I won't.
I gotta be better than that.
God, why do you even leave your house in the morning, Ted?
I don't. Have you seen the world outside?
You're wrapped in plastic as we speak.
I've been in a super monkey ball bubble for 6 months.
6?
6?
Yeah, I know,
I've been in one since March. Get those fuckers away from me when I'm looking for my toilet paper.
Okay, so it's time to go after that blue gem.
Yes, in the level weirdly enough called Dragging On. They did it on purpose. They must have done.
Yeah.
I do.
Oh god, we're gonna see the entire thing. Oh,
I do like the level's design. It's very fun to play.
I like how it looks as well. I like how it looks. It's very pretty.
All of the levels in this particular world of the game are excellent.
Get that smile off of your face.
You have no idea
this
what
is not
you're
gonna
in
be
for.
a good time.
Oh,
Yeah, look at that, we already had a fade.
that was a good attempt. Well done.
You see how many lives I lost? That's how many attempts I cut out.
Actually, I didn't see. Where did the number go to?
8.
Oh, 8. Oh.
Yeah, I think I got it. I think anyway, I got it on my 14th try. I think I'm remembering badly.
It must
though.
kill you to try to play one of these levels and not destroy every box you see.
Yes.
So.
I wanted to, but not so much because again, it's just harkening back to the blue gem challenge from Crash 2, and it's like you did it then, you can do it now. But I really did want to get all the color gems for the video. For I don't know, for something I'm probably gonna mention for like 5 seconds totally.
Yep.
I at least wanted to get the self-satisfaction of getting all the color gems. But here is like, no, never mind. Like the flashback tapes are enough.
Also, I like how the rope has a shadow over the ground there.
What do the color gems get you in this? Well, you need them
Alternate
for the
platforms.
pathways. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
that
so
was so
close.
That, like, a lot of the time, my failures were just missing that jump and killing myself to go back to the beginning. But, okay, so we haven't mentioned the highlighted drop shadow yet.
We haven't.
It took us 8 part 8.
I both love it and hate it because you can't really turn it off and have a drop shadow. Because when you turn off the highlighted drop shadow, all you have...
the light engine.
Yeah, you have nothing but the light engine. And I had this problem with Sonic Unleashed 2 because the fucking Werehog didn't have a drop shadow either.
It was also the Wrath of Cortex, to keep it in Crash, also just selectively didn't give you a drop shadow.
Yeah, when you're bouncing across like bridges of boxes and shit, yeah.
However, the highlighted drop shadow is extremely useful because it not only appears over the ground and objects that would cast a shadow on, but also over pits and stuff a lot of the time too.
Not then it didn't, or then.
No, not here, no, but...
No, I know what you mean.
I think you're lying.
It does, yeah, it does. It happens, it happened most helpfully in the the spinning level, I forgot what it's called, the beginning of the Japanese levels.
It doesn't happen in the it doesn't happen in the side-scrolling sections because you don't need the shadow's help to tell you that you're over a pit in the side-scrolling, but in 3D.
Yeah, there's that bit, and there's a bit in the first Japanese level where you're doing those huge jumps between the tops of those Japanese temples, and that shadow follows you across the entire thing because the gaps are so huge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. So if you want to do the bonus stage for the checkpoint, you gotta go through the bonus stage without breaking a box.
It doesn't count.
Yeah, I could have just killed myself. I just didn't know that when I was playing, so I insisted on completing the level without.
That's unbelievable. I can't believe I didn't even think about that.
Complete the bonus level without getting boxes.
Very, very carefully.
Okay, so
is that what you're doing here?
That's
what he's doing.
I could always swear to God that you got the checkpoint. Yeah, you are. I thought that you got a checkpoint that starts you outside the bonus platform only if you fail at the bonus platform, and then when you beat the bonus platform, you then have yourself a permanent checkpoint. I thought that's how it worked. So if I knew if I figured that if you jumped in the bonus platform and killed yourself, you respawn outside the bonus platform, but only because you died in the bonus stage. So I would have figured if you died later on, you wouldn't have the checkpoint because you didn't beat the bonus stage. That's how I thought they worked.
Speaking of bonus stages and checkpoints, though, there is a peculiar element of the programming of this game. Not sure if it's true of the older Crash games, but
it's called completing the game.
Essentially, when you get the checkpoint for the bonus stage, the game breaks an invisible checkpoint box. But there are some circumstances where you will hear the breaking of the checkpoint box.
Really?
Completely by accident. It happened to me exactly one time, and unfortunately, I don't think I was recording. I might have shared it on Twitter, actually, but I wasn't recording for this playthrough.
I mean, I love learning developer like how developers MacGyver that kind of stuff, because it's stuff that you don't like. It's really creative to me in that instead of like programming a separate checkpoint system, it's just like, oh fuck it, we'll put an invisible box.
This is why one of my favorite things to do is actually just because I know Lewis is on and off about well, not on and off, but just completely off from speedruns. But one of my favorite things about my favorite kind of speedruns is speedrunners with developer commentaries. Like, as someone speedrunning the game with a developer watching.
Yeah.
They did that earlier today on GDQ. They had some Way Forward guys with the River City Girls run. Because
they when they're not enamored by folks discovering things that they didn't intended them to do, they go ahead and explain how it works.
There is actually speedrunners, developers react to a Crash 4 speedrun. I think it was an IGN thing. It was actually really fun to watch. They talked about stuff like how they very specifically arranged the Aku Aku masks so that, like, if you got an invincibility mask here, it would be really useful because then you could jump and ride on this thing. And it's actually kind of fascinating how many things they implemented in the level's design purely to immediately after I get the checkpoint, I die twice.
It's because you're relaxed. You've got a buffer now, so you're not as tense. So you're just kind of fucking around.
Now you have some Aku Aku,
which is good because I'm gonna hit that goddamn dragon again.
So when you're doing the time trial relics, do you get Aku Aku masks in those? Okay, so you can cheese invincibility.
But a massive part of the time trials, and this is why I love them so much, because people will often argue that you're just going through exactly the same stage again, but you're just doing it fast. But it genuinely is completely different because you get different Aku placements. You have to look at the time crates and you have to figure out which ones you break and which ones you leave behind. And then you got to figure out which enemies you need to run through to cheese them with the Akus, which ones you need to have an invincible Aku for. So you're playing the stage in a completely different way.
Yeah, that's actually something I did want to bring up at some point. In Crash 3, they did change up the box placements and stuff a bit for the time trials, but only a bit. In Crash 4, they changed it up a lot, actually.
Yeah, it's way more pronounced here than it was in Crash 3.
Which is fine and everything, but then when you take the crash dash away and then do the fucking triple spin shit, like, no. Like, why?
No. Well, I don't think anybody.
I get the design mentality of the triple spin. They saw the crash dash. They saw the crash dash and thought, okay, this is just a generic speed up.
Let's take it away because it's not.
What they thought was this is just a generic speed up that has no downsides. So basically, what it does is it gives you just a button that you can press to go faster whenever you want. But
the downside though is that you're going fucking fast. That's the downside. Like, look at this level design and imagine crash dashing through it. It'd be fucking impossible. But once you get that,
yeah. But I'm just saying, I know why they thought like it would be a good idea to change it, because the idea of the triple spin is that you can't always use it because if you're nearby something that's a hazard, for example, your triple spin becomes a liability, and you have to.
But then you have to do it in a rhythmic pattern, otherwise you miss out on the speed boost. And it's like you got to do that while jumping, while rushing, while fucking hitting boxes. It's just no.
Would it be better if you just held down the spin button and it worked like that?
Damn it.
No.
Wouldn't that be too conceptually close to Akano's ability?
Yeah,
though?
and also you'd be hitting boxes everywhere when you didn't mean to as well.
That's also true.
Yeah. So. I get the idea behind the triple spin. I do. I think it's another case of the developers overcompensating for something that they
I would have
thought would be a
preferred it,
problem.
honestly. I would have preferred it if they used the super spin, the death tornado spin. So instead of you rhythmically pressing square in a specific fucking time while trying to figure out everything else that's going on around you, just mash square in the middle of it.
Yeah, just mashing it. Which is why just how I thought it worked at first, and then it turns out no, you got to hit it in a certain beat.
It probably would have been better if they just gave you a speed up spin. That would have accomplished, I think, the same thing they were attempting to accomplish, except without it being quite so fiddly.
Well, especially as well because it's like that's calling back to Crash 3 slightly because you don't have the power-ups that you get from bosses anymore. So it's like you beat the game and then it's like, oh my god, I got a new ability, I wasn't expecting that, and it's this shit old press square 3 times in a specific rhythm to make yourself go slightly faster. Only one time.
The only thing I can think of for doing it that way is to like maybe save on the muscle pain because of mashing the button so much. But that's all I can think of.
But you get a different kind of pain by overstressing about
I'm not saying that their solution worked. I'm just saying that's the only reason I can think of doing it that way.
It's over.
It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. That's
over.
Lewis Joe off by like 127 boxes.
Yeah, I heard about hidden boxes, but
The
Christ.
hell you do?
I would have liked it at the end of the stage. Like if it checks if you got the color gem.
I probably should
that
have
run. So when you go through the exit, it like the one time it does this, it goes to the sorry, but you missed plunk.
Everything.
Yeah.
They just do that.
Instead of the box coming down, it's just a massive fucking nuke. You missed everything.
They drop all like 200 boxes on your head at the end of the stage, and the last
just
thing to
all at
land on your
once.
head is the blue gem.
Do you know what? Actually, do you know what they should do in Crash 5? And I'm being serious here. What they should do, they should bring that back from Crash 1. The whole, the box is falling on your head if you miss them. But they should put them in a room where you can avoid them. So it's kind of like when you're playing Katamari and you get a game over and then the king starts firing lasers at you and you can avoid them if you want to. It doesn't contribute to anything, but boxes just keep coming down and you've got to fucking run away from them.
Game over in Katamari, the king starts to shoot lasers at you?
Yeah, in the PSP. I mean, I've played the most. I've played me and my Katamari on the PSP the most, but yeah, that happens a lot. Yeah.
Okay, I've only played the first one in the re-release. So
That actually sounds like a really good idea, and they could even make a trophy out of it, like miss all the boxes in a stage and then avoid all the boxes afterward.
Or just have it like fuck with the physics engine and have the boxes just kind of coming down and like just kind of bobbling all around the arena or whatever. Just have them like ragdolling all over the place. Just something fun. So it's like
That was one of my favorite details of Insane, though. Just like the fact that you miss so many boxes.
Oh, they
that- to
collapse.
a point where Crash just falls unconscious.
yeah. It's
There was a-
good.
there was
In
a
fact, you get a
trophy for
trophy.
that, too,
Yeah, you
wasn't
do
there?
get a trophy for that. Yeah.
Thank God for that drop shadow.
Yeah.
Also, you brought up Crash 5 joking, but do you think they'll make another one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They-
Probably.
It's an inevitability.
They
at this
probably
point.
will.
The amount of fucking effort, like, because even though I have problems with this, I still think it's a great game, and you can tell the effort that went into this. Like, this isn't a fucking Wrath of Cortex, I'll just push it out for the PS2 shit. This is like proper, they thought about what they were doing, and yeah, not everything works, but you can see the dedication and the creativity and everything. So they wouldn't go through this much effort to not continue it on.
I think it's also a matter of they'll build all this stuff for a new game, and now that the engine, the graphics, the lighting, and all that stuff is done,
Yeah.
it's much cheaper and more acceptable
Yeah.
for the studio to make another one.
And they'll
because
get it. I'll
it's-
put it on PS5. It will load way quicker. And also, Uka Uka's alive, as we found out at the end.
Yeah, so they definitely sequel baited.
I spent so many hours to learn that.
yeah.
As far as this game goes, like its execution as a sequel, the closest thing I can compare it to in recent memory is Devil May Cry 5. It's got a lot of the same quality, right down to being a
haven't
return to
played
form
it.
after a hated reboot.
You've now made me think of like an alternate universe where there was a Crash reboot and he comes in with a fucking emo
Is
haircut.
DMC the Wrath of Cortex? Devil May Cry.
Devil May Crash.
Well,
Devil May Cortex.
I mean, it kind of is the Wrath of Cortex. It's, you know, just
So who would be Virgil? Would it be Cortex or Crunch?
I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with whoa.
Whoa!
With one puff root.
Oh, what the hell? What's that? Okay, I didn't notice this while I was actually playing the level because I was focusing on the level, but what's with the glowing fish?
Yeah, they're ugly.
Is this the world where
Two out
in
of
the
2 out of
inverted
10.
stages it's underwater?
Game's
That-
great.
that's-
It's
No,
that's
ugly
later.
fish.
That's the future level. Yeah, that one's underwater and it's all slowed down. There are only a few inverted levels that have seriously changed up mechanics. I don't know why you bounce on these things when you're running across them.
Yeah, that's annoying.
But like, okay, the first world's inverted stages, all 2 of them. You have this sort of echolocation thing going on with the color scheme. And then there's the pirate level where you splash color around so that you can see it more clearly.
The best one.
The swamp levels, the Mardi Gras levels, they're all sped up, which is really fun, actually.
Yeah, it's like ye old silent movie kind of thing.
Yeah. And then there's the future level, which is slowed down, and that sucks. I have no idea why they showed that off in the
idea.
pre-release stuff because it
No
looked
one
bad.
no one likes water levels, and then you go, okay, here's a water level, but here's the thing, right? It's good because you go slower.
Okay.
What?
So it's just those 2. It's just those 4, I think. But the rest of the levels are just regular inverted levels with filters over
They're
them. No
Yeah.
real
Some
gimmicks.
of them are fucking hideous though. There's one where, like, everything's all scratchy, and I think it's the dinosaur ones, but No,
Oh,
there's
everything
one-
looks like it's drawn in crayon. Yes.
No. Okay, maybe it's not that one. No, there was one where it actually gave me eye ache after a while, and I can't remember which one it was. But everything was so fucking hard to see. You just couldn't see anything, and it was so annoying. But I can't remember which one it was.
Was
I can't-
that the snow level? It was all comic-like.
Oh yes, that's the one.
Yeah, and whenever
yeah.
you hit enemies, it would go boop bop.
Yeah,
with
which was
comic
cute,
look.
but then you're trying to fucking look for all the boxes again, and it's like, oh my god.
I'm pretty
just
sure the
stop.
reason that we have the highlighted drop shadow in the first place is the inverted levels. By the way,
Yeah, probably.
you wouldn't be able to see the regular shadow.
And even like the pixelation on the final stages, I mean, yeah, it's cute and everything, and you get the score counter and you have the 8-bit music and everything, but again, when you're trying to fucking get all the boxes and everything, it's like, no, why
Well,
did you do this?
The thing about the inverted levels for me was that I already remembered where all the boxes were by the time I got to them. So the only thing that I had trouble finding was the new location of the hidden gem. That always threw me off. But if
but
you
some of
can-
them were bullshit as well.
But by the-
Basically, most of them.
Yeah, but by the time I played the inverted version of a level, I've already gotten all 6 of the other gems. So I know where everything is, and I can just go get it again. In fact, the levels are so identical in terms of box placement and layout that they don't even bother giving you separate and insanely perfect relics for the inverted stages.
Although you can get them in them if you want to.
Yeah, you can get the perfect relic in either version of the level. That's actually pretty nice.
I like how it's a lose-lose situation though, because it's like with the inverted stages, you can say like, oh yeah, but getting the boxes in the inverted stages isn't that. Hey, look!
I'm invincible.
What is that?
Run!
Familiar tune.
It's taken 4 hours, and you've done it twice.
Is this a mod, Lewis?
It seems like you would have been done with Crash 2 by the time you got that again.
I'm invincible. God. I feel so free.
How long do you have invincibility?
It lasts about as long as it used to. The only difference
Crash 3,
really
Crash
is
2,
is that it doesn't speed you up the way it did in the classic games, which is weird.
Well, at least it's not Wrath of Cortex.
Well, yeah, that mask lasted like no time at all. I really don't get what they were doing in Wrath of Cortex. I don't think they get what they were doing either.
Sorry, I was saying about the inverted stages.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's funny. It's kind of a lose-lose with the inverted stages, because you could say what you were just saying, which is, oh yeah, but getting all the boxes and everything, and getting all the gems isn't a big deal because the levels are so identical, which isn't a good thing. And then you can either say, oh, but they're so hard and they're annoying and they look annoying, which is also not a good thing. So it's like
the developers talked a bit about what they were trying to accomplish with the inverted stages, and what they were trying to accomplish was a challenge that fucks with your muscle memory. Essentially, I really shouldn't have.
Good job.
It doesn't do it enough. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean,
on top of everything else that they do.
You have to be really careful with doing challenges that involve you playing the same level or a variation on the same level again, because you can have examples like Yoshi's Crafted World, where you play what just feels like the same level again and there's no changes. But if you change too much, you might just want to make a new level entirely.
Yeah.
But
that's why
you have to have a good reason to do it, I think.
See, that's why I really like the time trial relics in all the Crash games, because it is the same things, but you're doing it differently enough, and it's its own unique challenge in and of itself, and it feels like you're playing a different level design, even though you're not. But then this game has that and inverted and all the retreads, so it just doesn't matter by the end of it. There's just so many fucking retreads.
The way they explained it was that that's my third death. No,
you can still do it. It's 3 deaths or less.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen, unfortunately. The way they explained it though is that because like when you get used to a level, you're so used to playing it in a certain way, and they wanted you to go through the level in a way that messed with that. And the idea, I guess, was that every inverted stage would have a weird gimmick, but they only got around to about half of them.
I just love that idea. It's like, yeah, you know what? We thought, because you're already playing the same stages so many fucking times over, we just thought, why not do it again, but more different? Like, it's just, the mentality is just funny.
I think what they were referring to is the normal way that Crash Bandicoot players get used to playing a level over the course of their multiple playthroughs. But yeah, it does kind of, in the context of how the rest of the game was designed, it does kind of sound like that, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's like, yeah, we thought we'd ease in the blow of you redoing the same shit all over again, so why don't you just do it all over again?
I can almost make it. I just need to make it through this section without dying.
And get the hidden boxes.
Gotta make sure to get the hidden boxes.
The worst ones in the whole fucking game.
Oh, this is the one
You've already missed it.
Yeah, I know.
You missed it.
That's why I didn't make it through. I'm like, oh wait, there's a box back on that other platform. There's no way to get back. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to kill myself. It's my 4th death.
I mean, you lose a gem either way. You either lose the... Although I suppose getting through the level without dying, you can at least significantly easier.
Yeah, you can, but then you're still doing it again. That's the problem I have with the game. It's like, it just kills the pace. That's all.
I mean, going through, just blasting through the level without dying to get the 6th gem is actually pretty fun.
Yeah, that's a hidden box. Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind replaying a stage again, because one of my favorite platformers is Yoshi's Woolly World. And part of why I like it part of why I like it is if you miss one of the 20 red coins or whatever they are in that version of the game, you don't have to get all 20. You can just find the one you missed, and then you have 100% on that level.
Yeah. That's not how this game works, though. You have to.
No, not at all.
You start from scratch every single time.
Yeah. Like, if you only had to go back and then find the one missing box that you missed, then at least for getting all the box gems, it would be better. I mean, the perfect relic would still probably be obnoxious, but...
Okay, I need to go back and get that 6th gem. This is going to be easy. It's an easy level. I'm not going for the boxes. I'm not going through that annoying What?
Wait.
You got stuck.
Wait.
Yeah,
What's happening?
I saw it happen
What?
a couple of times. Yeah, I seen this happen a couple of times. It's happened to a friend of mine as well. For some reason, there's a death flag here.
There's no, it's not a death flag. It's an invisible enemy. You can spin it to death. Yes, I do that in a few seconds.
What the hell?
Oh my god, I didn't even know about this. Oh my
look at that.
lord. Oh.
And the smoke animation's
I was
still
gonna
there.
say, and it even just left a big old fart there for you.
Was that patched out?
I don't know. It might have been. This
Oh
part
my
was
God.
recorded like way back when the game first came out, so it might not be.
Yeah, no, it likely was patched out. Yeah, that's interesting.
Is it interesting, John? I'd say it was more taking the piss.
It's interesting because it didn't have. It's interesting because I'm seeing happen to somebody else.
Yeah, okay.
Was it in the same place? Was it in the same location, or did it happen in another location?
Same location.
Same location? Okay.
Huh.
I wonder why that enemy is there. There was an enemy on that platform that I think I killed before I got the checkpoint. Maybe it didn't die fast enough, and the game got confused as to whether it was dead.
Crash 4 has its own Ghost of Misery Mire.